Welcome to the DiaryBook tutorial, New User Orientation. This tutorial is for new users who are joining a DiaryBook account. It is a fast run-through of accessing and using DiaryBook and is not an exhaustive guide to all features. It also assumes the account has previously been set up by an account administrator and does not cover setup steps. We will cover using the welcome email you get from DiaryBook, which is sent when the administrator grants you access, to adding and editing clients and appointments. Finally, we'll do a quick demo on cancelling appointments for a user and texting the clients a notification. So let's begin. When you've been added to a DiaryBook account, you receive an email with a link called Validate User Profile. Click on this link and your internet browser will open DiaryBook and you'll be asked to set a password. Simply enter your password twice and click the Set Password button. Once you see the activated screen, you're ready to sign into DiaryBook. To sign into DiaryBook, simply open your favorite browser and type in the address www.diarybook.net. On the sign-in screen, enter your email address as the user ID, and then your password, and click the Sign In button. Here I'm signing in as an Owen Hyde, who is a new basic user. Once signed in, you will see DiaryBook's homepage. On the left margin is a calendar and controls to navigate your appointments. On the top right, there are action buttons and menus. Screens are organized behind tabs such as the Home tab, Calendar, and Appointments. On the bottom right, you'll see your user ID and the name of the account that you're signed into. If you belong to multiple accounts and want to switch to another, use the Switch button to do so. Before adding clients, find out from your account administrator what reminder features will be used. For example, the most popular method is an SMS text reminder. For the client to receive the reminder, you will need to include their mobile number in the client record. Other methods include email reminders, which requires their email address, automated voice calls, which needs their landline number, and appointment letters, which requires their full postal address. To add a client, click on the New Client button on the top right. In this example, I'll add Jessica by putting in her first and last names and a mobile phone number. This is sufficient information to book a client and for them to receive an appointment reminder by text. To view your clients, go to the Navigation button and choose Clients. The screen appears under a new tab at the top. The main screen shows a list of your clients, above which is a toolbar of controls to manage this list. At the bottom of the screen is another list for managing groups, a way of organizing your clients. On the Clients screen, you can scroll through the list of clients or use the search field to find a specific client. I'm searching for Jessica, the one I just added. To edit, either double-click a row or highlight the client and choose the Edit icon in the toolbar. Here we can edit the client. Note that all these fields are optional, but you should be guided by your account administrator on what fields to use. But don't worry, just by adding a landline number will not cause DiaryBook to phone the client. This is controlled elsewhere by the administrator. Likewise for other types of reminders. Note that we are on the General tab. There is also Notes and Groups. Notes to record client notes and Groups to control what groups the client belongs to. To add an appointment, click the New Appointment button in the top right. The first field is the client. Begin typing the client's name. It acts as a search. It shows the client's full name as well as other details to help distinguish between people with the same name. Next, we select who the client is coming to see. This is a user in DiaryBook, in this case, Owen Hyde. Now we select the type of appointment. This list is created and managed by the account administrator. With the next two fields, you specify the date and time of the appointment. You can use the repeat field to add multiple appointments for this client. The duration field has been pre-populated based on the appointment type already selected. The rooms and resources field is an optional way of booking a room or piece of equipment with the appointment. DiaryBook will prevent double booking of appointments with the same rooms and/or resources at the same time. The waiting room is another optional field and is an advanced feature that can 1. Control the capacity of the waiting room to prevent overcrowding, and 2. Be used to monitor who's waiting in each room. The Remind Client Using field is very important as this selection determines how and when the client will be reminded of their appointment. I'm going to make my selection and click the Save icon next to it, so DiaryBook remembers this choice the next time an appointment is made for the user Owen Hyde. DiaryBook prevents a user from being double booked. However, there are scenarios where it is desirable to book multiple clients for the same user, all for the same time. In those scenarios, this box needs to be ticked to allow the appointment to be saved. I'll go ahead and save this appointment. To view your appointments for a given day, use the calendar control on the left. Here is the appointment I just created for Jessica for 9 a.m. I can see the type of appointment and who Jessica is coming in to see. To edit, double-click or highlight the appointment and click the pencil icon in the toolbar. The appointment screen appears, allowing you to edit. But there's only one appointment here on the 13th. In this case, it's because I'm signed in as Owen Hyde. And Owen Hyde is a basic user, which means he can only see his own appointments. So I'm going to sign out as Owen and sign in as Dominic. Dominic is a user with level 2 access, which means he can both see and change appointments belonging to other users. So now when I view appointments for the 13th, I can see more appointments. I can see the appointment made for Jessica to see Owen at 9 a.m. But I can also see all the other appointments for the day. Take a look at the icons on the left. These arrows pointing up indicate reminders for those appointments have been sent. These arrows pointing down indicate the client has responded to the reminder, for example, replied to the text message. These colored dots represent the confirmation status of the client for the appointment. Green means the client confirmed, red means the client is unable to attend, while yellow means the client is unsure if they can attend. If I click on the red appointment for 9:35 and look at the bottom of the page, I can see the text reminder that DiaryBook sent to the client, as well as the reply that was received from the client. Keywords in this client's reply indicated a negative response to DiaryBook, and the appointment was marked red. The client for 9:55 replied OK and was seen as a confirmation, green, and the 10:05 replied twice, the latest of which indicated that they were unsure, so yellow. In this example, there are appointments that do not have a confirmation status. That's okay, it's an optional feature, but if you are tracking it and, for example, ring a client to see that they're coming in, you can set the confirmation status by highlighting the appointment, going into the Appointments menu, and under Confirmation Status, selecting the appropriate status. DiaryBook keeps a record of all appointments for each client. You can view this here by highlighting an appointment and clicking the View Client icon in the toolbar. It's also possible to edit a client record from the appointments screen. Here is one last feature to show you in this quick run-through of DiaryBook. Picture the scenario where Dominic is out sick and can't see his clients on the 13th. We want to do two things. 1. Inform the clients by text message, and 2. Cancel the appointments in DiaryBook. I'm going to use the filters section on the left margin. I'll pick the user filter and pick Dominic. Click Show Appointments, and now only Dominic's appointments are listed. Next, I'll use the Select All icon in the toolbar to highlight all the appointments. To send a message to the highlighted clients, I'm going into the Appointments menu and choosing Send Message. In the box provided, under Step 1, I'll type out my apology. I click Next to go to Step 2. Here I can see the list of recipients taken from the Appointments page. I click Next again to go to Step 3, where there are other options, and I click Send. So that's the clients informed. Now I go back into the Appointments menu and change the confirmation status to Cancelled by User. All of Dominic's appointments for the 13th are now marked cancelled. And that completes our very quick run-through. We covered accessing DiaryBook, adding and editing clients and appointments, and manually sending a message. Thank you.